Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a deeply complex and controversial topic. Now please note that I do have to censor my words as if we were watching on the TikTok because unfortunately my platform is blocking my content from being pushed even with paid advertisement due to certain words. So if you hear me say shaboose, it's for ABUSC, things like that. Now let's get to the subject. Today we're focusing on FrazzleDrip and PizzaGate. Two conspiracy theories that have garnered significant attention, especially in light of recent revelations from the Epstein files. Are these mere fabrications, or do they hold a kernel of truth? Let's explore. What is FrazzleDrip? This term emerged from the depths of social media and conspiracy forums. Now, I'm probably going to get this name wrong, but let's try it. The theory claims there exists of videos featuring Hillary Clinton and Huma Abedin that depicts unspeakable acts. The origin of the narrative first circulated in 2016, primarily through fringe websites and social media. Supporters claim the video involves shaboos of children, suggesting that political elites are involved in horrific crimes. Despite explosive claims, credible evidence supporting the existence of this video is virtually non-existent. The FBI has not corroborated these claims in attempts to trace the origins of the theory, leading back to unreliable sources. However, there is rumors, like all over Reddit when this went down, where web sleuths were posting about how FBI agents were being unalived by taking themselves out or being set up for unaliving because they threatened to release these videos and expose what was going on. And the next thing you know, they're dropping like flies. Now, this sounds familiar because when you think about it, you think about Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Aaron Carter, Heath Ledger, and there's many more famous people out there that dropped like flies and were set up to be unalived in pretty close to the same manner, because they had a secret that they were willing to tell.
What's wrong, Michael? I don't know if I should tell you this, but I don't know who may be listening. There may be a group of people that want to get rid of me. Get along with me. I don't understand it. What do you mean? Talk to me. I can't talk about it over the phone. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just feel in my soul, only God knows, they could shoot me. They could shatter me. They could frame me and say I overdosed with drugs. They could do a lot of things. Who could do these? It's not the government. It's more than the government. But I don't know, Peter. I don't care. They can kill me. I don't even care about my life anymore. I just want my children to be okay. My baby girls. I want them to be safe. Michael. I gotta go.
Out there, this is Aaron Carter. I want to verify that this is actually my GoFundMe page. There's been a lot of misdirection that I've had to do in order to protect myself from being a silence breaker for my brother who is a rapist. And now they're after my life. My whole family is after my life. And they're setting me up. And Sony Records owes me $3.5 million. And they don't want to pay me, and it would be in their better interest, just like Michael told me, and Brad Paisley, who sued Sony Records for $10 million. They owe me money, and they're trying to kill me off. And I'm begging you and I'm pleading you, help me raise $100,000 as soon as I can so I can move to an undisclosed location where I am safe. My realtor won't sell my house. They're all involved in this and they're trying to keep me there. They had cops come and check for a rope in my garage saying I wanted to hang myself. So please trust what I'm saying and please donate the money.
They knew what was going on. And when they were going to expose it, they were telling people online, in voicemails, wherever they could, I'm not an unaliver. I'm not going to hurt myself. I have no intentions of hurting myself. So what do? They make it look like drug overdoses, like they relapsed. These are people that have been clean. Or they stage other accidents, like they drowned in a bathtub. Things like that. But they didn't do this. These weren't just random coincidences. These happened because they were going to be outed. Now let's talk about PizzaGate. We've all heard about PizzaGate, right? I mean, this was such a big topic before 2016. But the theory continued to take off in 2016 and just became this big thing during the presidential election, alleging that child movement rings were operating out of Comet Ping Pong, a pizzeria in Washington, D.C., involving Hillary Clinton's campaign. And what do you know? There is a file on Epstein files from the DOJ talking about Comet Ping Pong. I'm going to show you that document real quick. Please pause to read. I'm going to edit to add this in. This document's actually several pages long, so instead of showing the whole thing right here and having you pause to read, I'm going to drop the link in the description box straight to the file and you guys can go read it yourselves. Now, the key details. The theories gained traction through hacked emails from the Clinton campaign, which was presented by WikiLeaks. Were these hacked emails or were these just merely released? Proponents interpreted coded language in the emails to support their fantastical claims. This culminated in a harrowing event in December of 2016 when a man entered the pizzeria armed, believing he was saving children. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but this instance highlights the tangible dangers of spreading unfounded conspiracy theories. However, we know this is not a conspiracy theory. This was real, and it wasn't just through PizzaGate or FrazzleDrip. This was so much bigger than that. We had furniture companies that were moving children and their products. What was it? Wayfair. Wayfair was a big one. And we can touch on that on a different video. But for now, let's continue on with the content. Media plays an integral role in pro-life rating these theories. With the recent Epstein files being released, discussions around high-profile allegations intensified. According to Vox, social media platforms have become hotbeds for these narratives to thrive. But we know these are not conspiracy theories. We have seen them for ourselves. We grew up hearing these things. Our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents embedded this into our brains to know that these things were happening. But when it came time to see the truth, it was scary. It was shocking. YouTube and Google's algorithms often push sensational content to the forefront, allowing conspiracy theories to spread rapidly. However, lately they've been blocking my content. The platform's reach means even fabricated stories gain traction, as they often appeal to viewers' emotions over facts. But now we know these aren't fabricated. Before they were, and they went far and wide. I don't know how they allowed them to go so far, considering they weren't conspiracy. They were only being pushed as conspiracy. This raises important questions about the moral responsibility of tech companies in moderating this content. Are they doing enough to curb misinformation? Or are they inadvertently creating a breeding ground for these beliefs? Let me know what you think in the comments. Let's talk about that. Assessing the credibility of these claims is paramount. While some individuals believe there's a conspiracy at play, it's crucial to differentiate genuine concerns from unfounded fears. Reports from the reputable sources like Newsweek illustrate that despite the fervor around these theories, they lack substantive evidence. In fact, most of them are mainstream media and they're implicated themselves, so they're not going to deliver you the truths or the facts. That's why web sleuths and content creators have become so important these days. We do the work of mainstream media that they refuse to do. They get paid the big bucks, but they're not delivering you the facts. Look at CNN, Fox, and all these outlets. How often do you hear the truth? Not very often. They like to cover it up. They like to spin it. When you watch a TV show or a movie, they're telling you these things. Like, for example, if you have ever watched CMT TV series Nashville, such a great series, by the way. But when you actually pay attention to what they're doing in that show, they're telling you we spin stories all the time because we don't want controversy, but yet we want publicity. They want it. They want the attention and they want people to question things, but they want to continue to screw with your minds. It's a brainwashing technique too. It's really strange, isn't it? That's just one example of so many I could throw out there. Look at how such narratives can sometimes resonate with marginalized populations as they search for answers to complex societal issues, right? Critical thinking is essential here. So we must ask ourselves, what evidence supports the claims? How reliable is the source? In our digital age, concernment is more vital than ever. I always recommend somebody doing their due diligence. Anything that I say or report on, I try to drop my receipts with it. I try not to give theories in actual videos. I do those more on a live stream. And that way I can make it very clear, this is just my opinion. This is how I feel about things. But whereas my content, my actual videos, I want those to be 100% fact-based with receipts backing up what I'm claiming here. So yes, I encourage everyone to do their due diligence. And credibility is very important. Evidence to support is very important. Don't trust what mainstream media or a content creator is feeding you. Even if they're showing you the proof, go and look it up yourself, please. That way you know it wasn't fabricated, or if it was, you can debunk it right then and there. You can say, this was fabricated. That way you can draw your own conclusions. Never follow the herd blindly, please. I have been in another community before where this was a big thing. People were constantly blindly following the herd, and they ended up being cultists. Don't do that to yourselves, please. As a content creator, I am encouraging you, do not blindly follow me or any other creator. Do your research, do your due diligence, please. Follow your instincts. In conclusion, stories surrounding FrazzleDrip and PizzaGate challenge us to confront uncomfortable realities about power, corruption, and our information landscape, such as the Illuminati. The Illuminati was such a big topic, and I want to get into that in another video. While the Epstein files may have turned a new page for many, it's essential to remain skeptical and discerning. So what do you think? Are these theories legitimate, or do they fall into the realm of unfounded conspiracy? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section, please. I will engage with you. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and for more content like this, hit that notification bell to stay updated. Thanks for watching, and let's keep the conversation going. Have a great day, guys.